Jeshua. Follow the call of your soul. Dear friends, I am Jeshua. I am here as a brother and a teacher. I am with you, and I know all too well how deep human emotions can run, and how they can distance you from your core, your soul. I have been human, and I have also looked from the extremes of pain and desolation for an opening toward the light. I know what it feels like to live between the extremes of light and dark, love and fear. I ask you, first of all, to be compassionate toward yourself about the place in your life where you now are. Know you are doing your very best, and that sometimes forces and laws are working in your life that you cannot oversee with your mind or control with your will. There is a greater momentum that carries your life, like the waves of the sea, which are sometimes so high and rough that when you are swimming in the midst of them, you cannot know where the waves are going, because you cannot view them from above. Yet there is a power in the water of the sea, a force, and a wisdom which has meaning and depth. Now imagine that you are bobbing in the water, that the sea is turbulent with unexpected movements, yet you try to relax and to trust in the water. Imagine at this moment that you are aware of your muscles, and you sense how the earth is able to help you. Your body comes from the earth, and the natural flow of energy of the earth will help you to relax when you breathe out quietly from within your abdomen. Imagine that you are in the water, and you focus on just this now moment. You have nothing to oversee and nothing to understand, you now simply feel the force of the water. You also now feel an energy in the water, in the sea, which will allow to penetrate into you. There is a wisdom in the sea of life. Your personal I, that which is accustomed to wanting to steer and control life, is often afraid of that wisdom. It dares not entrust itself to this wisdom. But if you go along with this flow with what is here in your life, then you become quieter inside, and will less often ask the question, how can I change things? How can I make things better? Then you stand more open to what is here, and what here can bring to you. Feel for a moment an emotion that currently hampers you, an emotion that you have a hard time with. Emotions are like water, they can wash over you like big waves, and it is important to trust their strength without drowning in them. And that is only possible if you become quiet, and listen to what the emotion wants to tell you. Located in the emotion is a part of your soul that wants to get your attention. Be open to the emotion that is most troubling in your daily life. Feel what that emotion does to you. Feel how it manifests and engages you physically. Give a name to that emotion. Is it grief? Is it fear? Is it unrest or frustration? Might it be anger or rebellion? Try to be clear about what is this most important emotion now in your life. This is a flow that wants to lead you somewhere. Now give that emotion the face of an animal. Let an animal appear to you before your inner eye that expresses something of that emotion, and thus speaks the language of your soul. Welcome this animal and befriend it. Feel especially how a life force flows through this animal. It wants to live, but it feels temporarily trapped. As soon as you connect to this animal, something magical happens. Once you say yes to your emotions, however heavy or awkward they may be, then growth and change will happen. You discover a part of yourself that was not allowed to be there. Behind desolation, despair, or anger is always a beautiful part of yourself that wants to be seen more clearly. Let this part now appear. Feel where you suppress yourself. Whatever may be happening in your life, the outer circumstances which also demand your attention, your deepest mission or task in life is to always pay more and better attention to yourself, to discover your deepest color, and to allow that color to show itself to the people around you. Your own rich is who you are. What you have to give is to be fully embraced with both arms, and then release freely into the world. That is what your life is about. Deep emotions always want to lead you to a hidden part of yourself that you have not seen and received sufficiently. And there are reasons why it is so difficult to get to this hidden part. In this society, you are discouraged from showing your true self and living accordingly. There is still much fear in people about authenticity, about being moved emotionally, and about living according to what really enlivens them. And because being authentic and real feels disturbing to most people, they stick to the certainties of the past. Certain ideas, rules, sacred beliefs often from fear, and especially from the fear of feeling deep emotions. If someone awakens, as you now experience yourself doing in this life, then this means that you wake up to your real needs, to what your soul wants. That almost always means you disconnect from a familiar social environment, and you no longer live your life according to their codes and laws, that you follow your own deeply sensed intuitions, your own inspiration. But when that is not acceptable to the society around you, you can then experience self-doubt and pain in your heart, and you ask yourself, am I doing right? Am I good enough? Very deep doubts can then come up, because in some way you stand alone. Choosing the path of the soul is to choose against fear and impose prejudices. It is therefore a choice that calls for courage and a large degree of audacity, of guts, to assume that stance. Feel inside the fear and doubt you have about yourself. Feel the fear of loneliness and rejection, of not belonging. At the same time feel there is also a greater strength in you that wants to take that risk, a force that knows, I have to follow the call of my soul, because that is the most important thing for me to do. Only that brings me real joy. I want you to know that if you follow that road you are then not alone. It only appears to be that way, and also only temporarily seems to be, so the earth is with you. She wants to support you in your path of self-development. The earth is attracted to your soul. She wants to help your soul to be rooted in her soil and to flourish. The more you choose for yourself, the deeper the union with your soul. That, too, can be a source of consolation and support, because your soul is rich. It is joined to realms other than the earth, realms of light and harmony, where your guides reside. I ask you to now feel your own soul in your heart. Feel the power that supports you, and is greater than your personality. There is something greater in you that attracts and helps you. And also feel the guides who can assist you in doing that. They are like old, good friends who currently live in a different dimension, and not in a body. Ask for a message from that dimension, the realm of your soul, and your guides, where you came from and will return after your physical death. That realm is very close, it is not far away, or elevated above you. That realm is here, and now. Ask for a message of light, a simple sentence, or feeling. Something that can help you at this time. Trust even though there are things that are now unclear, that life will always want to bring you home, and put you in touch with your soul, connected to the One. Thank you so much for your attention and presence. Pamela Kribbe. Shift and Purification. We are in such a huge shift and purification of the old paradigm now, that it will feel as if you are not on the old earth anymore. It can often feel as if you are walking between worlds. Not quite yet fully in the new, and yet not quite done with the old. This is why grounding is so very important. Standing barefoot on the grass or sand, or earth is not only instantly grounding you, but at the same time energizing you, especially if you live in a high-energy spot, like I do. Swimming in the sea, salt grounds, or even walking on the beach, and allowing the seawater to wash over your feet, is another powerful way to ground you. Another way is hugging trees, or standing on wood. If you cannot be outside, and in nature, then holding a wooden walking stick in your hands, and asking Archangel Sandalphon to help you to be grounded. Wood grounds, for it holds the energy of the trees. Rocks too, and of course grounding crystals like hematite. Add to this to make sure that your chakras are cleared every morning and night, and your Antakarana, bridge of light, is fully in place so that you become a bridge of light between heaven and earth. You can also ask for a Phylaxia tunnel alignment, which aligns all your energy fields with on planetary, galactic, universal and source levels. The purification process is so vast that this goes deeply into even the ancestral lineages, as the old DNA falls away, and is being fully replaced now, with the new 12 and 24 strands of DNA, within our new solar crystalline light bodies. I am constantly shown how the new Earth is now incorporating the old energy vortices, and new ones are already in place. Multidimensionality is now the new norm, and this means that as our consciousness rises, and our innermost soul memories more and more activated and accessible, we can tap into vast energy fields we could not tap into, even 3 years ago. As all is shifting and changing so rapidly now, the old ways of life and living simply will not function anymore. No matter how much we try to keep things like before, it is impossible. It is a deep inner shift back into the soul, as one with the divine source, and this is not only happening on planetary levels, but universally too. Do not be surprised if you can now see yourself, and experience your cosmic soul, and clearly see, feel, and know yourself, as you operate in all your other soul bodies, and your true galactic embodiment, and become more and conscious of who and what you in truth are on galactic levels, and universally. It is best to seek all answers within. Not in social media, nor internet, not institutions, nor whatever is put out there. Be aware, and be discerning. Just because something makes great noise, or all is sensationalized, it does not mean this is for you. A true master knows this, and embraces solitude, and indeed chooses to follow his or her inner guidance, and knowing more than anyone or anything else. The key here is to stay centered within. I do not resist, nor react, I simply shine. Welcome the changes. Welcome the chance to walk between worlds, and know that as you truly leave the old behind forever, you are already co-creating the new golden age with every breath you take, and then do so with love and joy, deeply inspired from within, and always in the highest and best ways, for the highest good of all. Life Tapestry Creations, Becoming You. Dear owns. There is no right or wrong, only your truth. Of course, that last statement indicates that if you have a truth, someone has an untruth. So it was in 3D. Such contrasts no longer apply, because, instead of viewing the whole as was expected in 3D, your new world is limited to your personal view. Creating your unique path while needing to know what others are doing would be a waste of your energy. Creating your path is not a group activity. It is similar to an insect completely familiar with its patch of grass, but having little or no knowledge of insect activities in other parts of the field. Because you are focused on your personal path, you cannot follow or redirect anyone as they create their path. Sometimes, your path will seem confusing or wrong, even though your inner voice directs you to a particular activity or person. You no longer have access to the totality you are only part of. It is like having an inner GPS program that directs you on this road, but that direction most often does not include all the buildings and other sites along the way. You just trust your GPS to show you the best and most rapid route. So it is with your inner voice. You may not know why you are interested in a particular area or person until much later. Still, you trust that there is a reason for accepting that action via your inner voice, even if it does not always feel logical or correct. This transition phase reduces your world vision as you focus on your new path, and any activities necessary to find or create that path. Not everything will be as it seems, and discussing the seemingly disconnected will offer little explanation. You are not creating your path with blinders as much as trusting your inner voice to direct you to the most rapid and efficient path to you. As has been true for many stages of your transition, this blind faith might seem frightening, because it may oppose issues that were once important to you, or be contrary to what others wish to do. The directives of your friends or cohorts mean little now, which is another frightening piece, because you were trained in group thought. Even though we of the universes previously discussed your need to eradicate yourself from group thought, doing so might seem frightening or dangerous. Who are you? What do you need to create your path? Those are the issues you will start addressing this week. Some of you will easily slip into this new format, because you have been addressing it for some time. Others will find it frightening or confusing. Perhaps a friend suggests an activity you used to love, and you feel no excitement. The thought of that activity might even make you ill. Who you are is no longer, and this phase will point that out more concisely than ever. This phase is not a question of uniqueness. It is now a matter of how unique you are, and in what direction. Both areas might surprise you more than they surprise others. You are no longer the 3D person you were relatively comfortable growing into. You are a new being in the same body, confusing yourself and others. Why do I have energy to do this? Why don't I want to do what I've always loved? Will I lose friends if I change in the direction I want to? All questions that have no answer at the moment. Just as there is no answer for someone who asks, will my 2-year-old daughter grow up to be a doctor if she plays with building blocks? You are in your exploratory stage, expanding your skills that will not necessarily directly relate to your finished persona. Even though this is a somewhat confusing time, you will not be frightened once you realize that each step is a requirement for the final product you are becoming. This is a return to a small arena similar to when you were an infant or toddler. Not because you are regressing, but because you are regrouping your skill sets into activities that best suit your needs of today and tomorrow. You are beginning your new future, not with shouts of joy or fear of the unknown, but instead with a deep curiosity about this and that issue. Neither of which might be a requirement once your path is created, but they will most certainly help you create that path. So be it. Amen. Planetary Recoding and Re-Dimensionalization. Beloved ones, our planet is now immersed in a new wave in which many of you, as planetary warriors, are participating to help in its re-dimensionalization, for, as you know, the work of transfiguring all distorted fabrics and structures into their illumined original template is a gradual and challenging process. It all started many centuries ago, when the first planetary preservers came to Earth, trying to mend what was desecrated. Many have been the centuries in which many of you were persecuted, when all that was sacred in essence was manipulated. Many have been the souls perishing by the duality of planet Earth and the black souls that massacred the remnants of the ancient wisdom these souls carried within. Many have been the battles you suffered under other names and bodies that now are being finally liberated, for many have been the black souls occupying false thrones. You still hold the love, the truth, and the strength to continue with your sacred journey. It is now time to liberate the many souls still trapped under false timelines, war ones, due to the Cathar/Essene massacres on our planet during many centuries, for now, with a massive Essene tribe incarnated on Earth, achieving restoration and reconnection, planetary reconfiguration is possible. This year may seem a chaotic one. Especially at this time with the Scorpio frequency tomorrow, we may feel emotionally exhausted, for the transformation we are individually undergoing is nothing like we could have imagined. This transitional year may look on the surface as if everything is turning us upside down. To be able to see the seeds that are growing, we need to go beyond the physical, being in communion with our soul, to know what is truly happening. The reconfiguration of our planet has started as we continue stepping into a new harmonic era, one of soul liberation and correction of all that was distorted. Many are the battles that we will still have to fight, within and at a planetary level. However, many are too the celebrations we will honor, as we too see the many advancements that are already taking place. All living forms are being assisted in their transfiguration process, as well as the first chakra of the earth, and all forms that reside in the 1D, with the assistance of many of you, which are Ruby Essene descendants, helping in the translocation of all these living forms into a new harmonic dimension, for they too are creating their fifth dimensional double. There are many others, whether Essenes or from other lineages, doing the same or similar work too, for it is not about the labels but about our unique template, essence, and how we use who we are, what counts. Many of you are also assisting in the recoding of the planetary solar masculine, which is taking place at this time under Taurus frequency, which is why, as a result of this, we are witnessing many new planetary conflicts. For there is a lot yet to be achieved in many locations of our planet. Everything is being transformed from its foundations. All that planetary trauma, as well as our individual one, is resurfacing. as many lost souls are yet to be helped to move into the light, under the earth's foundations, trapped there during war times, and many other natural catastrophes. As brave souls, many of you travel, whether remotely or physically, constantly, to aid them, and other living forms, for you feel all as one, and hear their cries for help. All is a gradual work that will come when the collective consciousness is ready to process, heal, and realize who they are. Our mission is not to judge but to confront the shadows, integrate them, and neutralize them with the only power that can do so, the power of divine love and compassionate witnessing. For as my guides always reiterate, if God does not interfere, and leave us all free, who are we to do so? This morning, I went into nature, and I was shown the 7-dimensional violet ray spectrum transmuting and helping the elementals before transfiguration can occur, and the ruby ray entered into play. We are all being assisted like never before in an accelerated way to translocate into a new dimension. This is not about a number, but about a way of being, thinking, feeling, and acting. What will bring us closer to our new destination? Some may remain in a lower one, experiencing the lessons that will facilitate their growth. Others may be ready to take this quantum leap in consciousness. We all will arrive at the same destination, source, in our own time. It is not about the end but about the adventure and how we choose to experience it. Now, we are free to be who we are, to do our mission fearlessly, shining our truth openly for all. Now, we have white souls occupying many thrones, warriors in disguise who have come to infiltrate themselves in important positions, restoring what was sacred, and the truth for all. Now is the time we have been waiting for to be who we are, to reconfigure our planetary structures and authentic template, and above all, to become the sovereign, compassionate beings that we always were in essence. Peace be with you, as our beloved Master Jesus would say. May you continue to be bearers of peace, truth, and compassion, wherever you go. With an infinite love. Natalia, Alba. Mary Magdalene, Power of Belief. Greetings, beloved radiant beacons of light. I am Mary Magdalene. It is an honor to be in your presence once more. Today I wish to share and remind you of the power of your belief. My message to you is simple, and yet it is a message that opens a door, allows you to walk through, and gain a new stage of your ascension, a new understanding of yourself, your divine self, and a deeper connection with the Creator. My message to you is to believe in yourself as much as possible. Yes, you may have doubts. Yes, you may have judgments. You may have habits of thought processes that do not serve you. But the more you can focus upon loving / supporting / encouraging and being kind to yourself, this will create an opening within your being, and, like a fire igniting, an activation will take place. When you believe that you can do things, that you do have possibilities / opportunities, when you believe that you are blessed, and that good things do happen to you, your entire being, your physical body, and your energetic body will activate and shift. It actually awakens a healing balm from the very essence and truth of your being, that begins to flow throughout your being, dissolving negativity / doubts / fears / judgments, and the habits that do not serve you, thus making it easier for you to connect with your truth. At first, believing in yourself might feel awkward or uncomfortable, but, as you persist, you will reap the rewards. You will allow this healing balm to activate and your truth to emerge. Once the truth emerges and begins to flow continuously, it is always flowing, but sometimes your thoughts block that flow. It will become easier and easier. You won't be believing in yourself, you will be experiencing your true self and enjoying that process. I, Mary Magdalene, invite you to contemplate, what are you good at? What are your best qualities? How are you talented? What can you do? Allow yourself to write a list of all your positive / talented and amazing qualities, and then realize this is an expression of your true self, this is an expression of your divine essence. You can accept a mission, if you wish, to keep these talents and positive actions in mind, and to try to integrate them into your reality on a daily basis. Maybe not all of them, maybe just one at a time. If you find that you are good at supporting other people, then seek people out to support, because not only will you assist them and be giving them a service from your divine truth, you are giving it also to yourself. If you are talented at creating something creative, then do it, and maybe share it with others in a way that serves you and others. If you can start to integrate your talent/positive aspects into your reality more fully, seeking them out/engaging with them/embodying and experiencing them, you will allow yourself to bring that truth forward with greater power and intensity, allowing you to embody your true self. After you've achieved your talents, and maybe explored and embodied them more fully, you can also write a list of your dreams and aspirations. Then contemplate those two lists. How are they linked? Does one of your talents lead you to one of your aspirations? If so, begin to form that pathway of creation. You are an embodiment of your truth. Your truth holds so many creative energies/thoughts/actions/talents. It is for you to express these, to bring fulfillment to your reality, and to support the truth expression of others upon the earth as well. When we share with others, we connect into the oneness energy of the Creator, and that's like a sacred well or fountain that brings such fulfillment. It is within every being, and you can connect with it within your own being as well. When you believe in yourself as a powerful sacred being of truth, you bring that energy like a magnet forth from within you, and you allow yourself to see/sense/acknowledge it fully. Once you've seen/sense or acknowledged it, there's no going back. You integrate with it that truth and experience it fully. It becomes an energy you use, or a tool that you use in your daily reality. All that is needed is a simple belief in yourself as you are now, and also as your divine self. Picturing and imagining your divine self and stepping into that really does activate your divine self. The link between your thoughts, your imagination, and your inner truth/essence/divinity is so strong. In fact, the link is non-existent, in a way that both are the same and are always connected. They are a continuous flow. Take time to contemplate yourself, for you are the divinity of the Creator. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are supported. You are loved, and you are incredibly wise. I am Mary Magdalene, and I thank you. Kryon, Dispensation. Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. I would love to present to you a new word for this room: dispensation. I'm not sure it's ever spoken here before. It's an allowance for a temporary change of energy. Let's have a temporary dispensation for you to relax into what you are hearing. I know who is here. I want to give you some basic questions to ask yourself in a minute, and then hopefully the answers you wanted to hear. The energy in this room starts to temper. Some of you will say it becomes thick with love. Channeling is often like that, depending upon that which happens in the energy around you, can create a confluence of energy that is different in this dispensation. This is a rehearsal for what's coming later today, when some of you will walk out differently than you came. There is love here. Do you think there is a system here from the Creator of all things? It's intuitive, is it not, for the planet to look for God? What a thing. It's reported even in science that up to 80% of humanity believe in a Creator of the universe. 80%. In statistics they call that a slam dunk. Why would that be? Is it possible that the divinity inside you is awakened enough, even in old energies on the planet, to acknowledge there's a Creator? That's step one of the system. That was accomplished belief in God. Then God became many things to many people. But that's not why we're here. We're talking about system 2. Do you believe that that God of creation has a consciousness, if you can even call it a consciousness? Is there an awareness of you? Does the Creator of the universe know your name? I want to tell you something. I want to give you system 3. I want to tell you something you really need to hear. Yes, but not just knows your name. It's with you 24/7. It's been with you when you're laughing, and when you're weeping, and when all of the good things have happened, and the challenging things have happened in all your life. That's the divinity partner that comes with System 3. System 3 is the acknowledgement of the love of a creator who cares and has something to say to you. The antenna is out for you to receive this awareness that that which you call God, Spirit, whatever, is bigger than you think. God has an alliance with the smallest thing you could think, your heart, your DNA, your divinity. System 4, if you want to call it that, of the plan, when you wake up to the knowledge and the awareness of what is inside you and cognize it. That's the key word. You can believe it, but not cognize it. You can believe in gravity, but until you jump in the lake and get wet, you haven't cognized it. When you cognize that which is the love that is in your heart from a creator who cares about you, what's the next step? It's called mastery. You know what comes with mastery? Compassion, kindness, so many things that this planet has been in search of for so long. Plan 4 is that which is a compassion which sweeps this planet over a generation or so, and it does create that which is a consciousness that's so high that there will never be another war. And that is where this is going. You are in the right place at the right time to sit and be loved. And there is no authoritative God who's going to stand there and tell you what to do, how to do it, what's the next step. These are the things your divinity is going to have in alliance with the consciousness of the Creator. How about you sit for a moment and not be in anxiety over what's going on in your life or the world, and instead for a moment all is well. What's the best prayer I could have, Kryon? People have asked. I have had so many suggestions on what to do next. I don't know what. There are so many people who are offering to help me, and I can't go over there and study here and go climb these stairs like somebody said I had to do. Why would you do such a thing when the conduit to spirit is within you and is starting to open in ways that it never has before, because there is more than just timing going on? Pieces and parts of you are starting to be alerted, you might say, awakened, you might say, opened. Here is the best question you could ever ask of the Creator, the antenna you have inside to listen. The question is this: Dear Spirit, tell me what it is I need to know. And then sit back. And the linear human being will say, well, how is that going to work? Am I going to hear a voice from the sky? How? And the linear human being has no idea truly of how a multidimensional consciousness of the Creator willed with love talks to you. It talks through your intuition and synchronicity and beauty and compassion. What's your day like? How do you start your day? Think about it. Do you get up and worry about what's next, or do you stop for a moment and say, thank you that I am here on this planet to work the puzzle of light and dark as a rehearsal, perhaps for years, that I am going to be involved in spreading the divinity? Mastery does that. It's not a philosophy. It's not a doctrine. It's a reality. If someone comes and starts yelling at you, what does a human normally do? They react. Mastery doesn't react. It observes. You can observe that, and you can look at them while they're yelling at you or pushing your chest, and your whole thing is, I'm so sorry they're having a bad day, where it just falls away, because you have compassion for their God inside, which is the same in your God inside. That's what's coming. Can you imagine compassionate corporate leaders? Can you imagine compassionate government? That is possible. It has happened on other planets, dear ones, and you are filled with the wisdom from another planet. We'll get there sometime later, maybe tomorrow. This is the plan. The divinity in you would start awakening. And now is the time. There is more coming. That's just the opening statement. You are dearly loved. And so it is. Source: arrayofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.